All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to another Meta Trading Club weekly preparation webinar. So we finished the Meta Trading Club Incubator Mastermind sessions last week, which was an amazing session. Like the last two sessions was crazy. We talked about strategies, we talked about psychology, the emotions in trading, and we covered a lot of stuff, summarized everything, and we have a lot of knowledge about how we should build a trading strategy based on our own personal life, our own personal way of thinking, and we can customize it. So I got a lot of great feedbacks from you guys. Like Pop was saying that I can't bring. Yeah, Pop was saying that he learned a lot about after the incubator. I know a lot about myself, and I used to miss a lot of part of trading. That you put that like we put all the pieces together, and he's really getting good results. And he's saying like a lot of people need this kind of education. He focuses on critical topics that we covered in the incubator. So this was obviously a great experience for a lot of you guys. Also, we have here in the community, Alireza, Paula, we have a lot of good feedbacks from the members. They really enjoyed the whole mastermind and the community. I hope you guys go over all of those sessions, rewatch those, and try to really understand that. I talked about all of the action plans that you need to take, the questions you need to ask yourself in order to find your edge. Basically take from, like I told you, I talked about, I think 10 15 trading strategies. So you need to focus on the questions that are there that you should ask from yourself, and customize your trading strategy based on your trading style, your personality, and then build that plan for yourself, and like start from there. Start journaling, start analyzing your trades like we talk about in all the webinars, and you will get there, you will kill it. So yeah, thank you very much for all the feedbacks, guys. Like this was amazing, and I really want to see those profits like in the next week. So let's see what we have for the week ahead. Before that, let's talk about the overall market. Let's see what happened last week. We'll talk about that, and then we'll go over the events for the next week, and like all the names that we have on watch. And we will also talk about some trade recaps that I posted in the trade recap channel. So I posted these here in the trade recap channel. Like we have a lot of trade recaps here, and I will talk about these, and also I organize all the videos for the incubator, so you can see all the sessions that we cover here from the day 1 till the last of my till last week. And I'll put all the webinars into this channel as well. You will get all of these in your Google Calendar as well, so everything is sorted for you to go and rewatch all of those for yourself during the whole incubator program. So yeah, if you have any questions, just shoot me a DM. All right, so overall market, as I talked about this candle, that is a possibility of happening last week. Like I exactly said we may go up and push back down, because on monthly chart, on ES, on NQ, we are kind of like we rejected these EMAs a couple of times, and it is possible to see that for another time. So on weekly chart, you can see this happened 3-4 times, and on monthly chart, we are still holding like that. We were not able to push back higher. So on monthly chart on ES, it's clear that we are still not bullish. We cannot say we're bullish yet because of this huge week. We are kind of consolidating here, and we are holding above this trend line and above EMAs on monthly chart, but we're not bullish yet. The volume is not going like crazy when the price kind of moved higher. And like as we kind of moved higher and higher from this 3,500 all the way up till 4,200, the volume kind of died down. So that is not a bullish movement that doesn't showcase any strength on the bull side. So but we'll see what will happen in the future, but for now we're still not bullish. What happened in the last 2-3 weeks was that we have been in this range zone, and it's very important. We talked about it in the mastermind, guys, that you know that these intra, like the days that the price is kind of in the range of last high and low of the last day, and then the price is kind of in the range of the high and low of the last week, can cause choppy price actions. And that is what you're seeing here. If you check out in the last 2-3 weeks, we are kind of in between this 4,050 and like 4,200 zone, and we are kind of trading in this range. And because of that, we are kind of seeing a lot of choppy price action. After break of this resistance area of this 4,100 for 4,090, we were able to hit 4,200, but after that we're just chopping here, like no clean direction, just sideways action for 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. So so that is the reason why we had like choppy price action, and a lot of people had hard time in the last 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. And when these things happen, you need to be very selective on your trades, very, very selective, and only trade when the price is hitting or like breaking very critical levels, like not your 15-minute support resistance, not even 1 hour support resistance. You should just focus on the resistance and support areas that are for a larger time frame, that can have more strength. So, and a lot of people are watching those, and a bounce or a break of those can give you a higher probability of winning. So, and we know that, we talked about it, guys. We want to be the casino, right? So that's about ES. We are still holding around this zone, and for the next week, I really like to see ES kind of break this area. I want to see it break. I want it to break this area of 4,200 from this 4050, 4060 all the way up to 4,200. I really want to see this level to get broken. This is a tough zone, like it was a tough zone back in January 2022 as well. This is a crazy area. Like we had a push all the way higher here in December, and then push back down. So this is a tough area, and we know that, and it was happening before as well. So if we break this area, then we have room all the way up to this 4,300. And if that kind of happens on monthly charts, especially, you can see that we are kind of, if the volume kind of increases as well, we are kind of getting to the bull zone possibly, especially if we break this 4350 zone. So this area could be another critical zone if we break 4,200, 4,210 area. And if we kind of break below this 4050 zone, 4050, 4060 zone, then we have room all the way down till this 4,000 and then 3,900. So so I really want to see this level get broken for us to get a better confirmation, better trades, better price action. On NQ, on NASDAQ, we have the same scenario. On monthly chart, we rejected EMAs and 9 and 21 EMA on monthly chart, and we are kind of heading back down. The volume kind of showcasing a weak movement, and like the rejection is clear for now. We'll see what will happen for the week ahead, and what we see here is the same as what we had on SPY. So we are kind of trading in this range. And for us to have a better, here is the range. For us to have a better price action, clear move, we need to get above this almost 13,000. We should get above this 13 area, and then he'll hit 13,600, 13,700, which we kind of did back in 2021 as well. So this is the next level that if we kind of break this area, we can hit the same kind of area like in percentage wise on ES if you check it out, and on basically if you get below this 1213, we can go back all the way down till as the first level, this like 11,800, not in one day obviously, but I'm talking about a week. So we can hit all the way this area, and if you check out weekly ATR on Nasdaq NQ is $700, so 700 points. So it's pretty easy for you to get back down till 11,600, 11,700. So on the ES also it's around $160, 160 points, and then again it's easy to get back till this 4,000, and then even like 3,900. So we'll see what will happen. We have a ton of economic events for the next week, and that can cause the price to either break above this resistance or like break below. We have a breakdown of this support area. And what are those events? Those are some crazy events that we have. We have PMI on 9:45 on Tuesday, which is a critical market mover. You guys know, we talked about it, how you should trade around these events, what you should do, pay attention to all of those, have proper position sizing and risk management. We have FOMC on Wednesday. We talked about FOMC heavily in webinar. Like you know what FOMC minute is. It's not like its original FOMC announcement. It is the minutes after 3 weeks of the FOMC that we had. So, but the details of the FOMC minute can cause the price can cause the market to kind of dump or pump basically. So on Thursday we have GDP, which is a huge market mover. The good thing is that it's before the market opens, so we will possibly get a direction in the pre-market. And obviously we have personal income and outlays and new home sales on Friday. So on jobless claims we have it on Thursday as well. That's like but you guys kind of know that. So we have a kind of heavy week on the economic calendar side. So Tuesday kind of important, Wednesday very important, Thursday very important. So we may get all the all the moves from all of these catalysts. So we need to just be patient. Do not jump into trades. We talked about all of these things. And if you don't remember, go back and watch the mastermind that we talked about all the events, all the catalysts, and analyze all of those, understand them, and learn how you should really trade out during these events. And check out the last webinar. We talked about that heavily as well. On the earnings side, we have some good names like Walmart, Coinbase, Home Depot, and Nvidia, crazy one. We have Etsy, we have Alibaba, Moderna. So we have some big names on the earnings side, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. So like even on Wednesday we can trade Walmart. On Thursday we can start trading Nvidia, and on Friday or like on Thursday as well, because it's before the open, we can trade Alibaba, Moderna. So we have some good names that we can trade. So so on the earnings side, it's not that heavy, but it's good. We have some names that we can cover for the week ahead. All right, so let's talk about SPY and QQQ as well. The same scenario with ES and NQ, like exactly the same. Like we are looking at this area and this area on SPY. If you see, like again, we had this level back in 2021 May, and the same resistance area back in like June 2022. So this is an important level. We already know that historically it was a critical zone. Like the whole zone was critical and kind of choppy like during the last 2-3 years. So yeah, above this area again we have 430. Below this area we have 400, 395 area on SPY. QQQ, the same scenario, below this 297, above this 314. We'll post all of these levels like more accurately in the game plans and in the weekly breakdown channel in the Discord. So take a look at those as well. So all the charts will be there for you guys as well. So these are the main. Okay, these are the main. Hi, Ariza. So these are the main levels that are on watch for SPY QQQ, and we'll go over some of the names that are looking good for some plays. One of them is Nvidia. We have earning on Nvidia. Because of that, like the earning on Nvidia is on Wednesday after close. So after Wednesday, like on Thursday, Friday, we can possibly have some good trades on Nvidia, depending on the earning. Above this 230, below this 210, 209 area looks good on Nvidia very well. I will talk about this. This is my trade recap. I will show you guys. Like ignore these signs, but I'm looking at Nvidia below this area, above this area, below this area. We have room all the way down to 190-ish area zones, and above this zone we have room, like crazy room, all the way up till 250, and then 270, and then we have till 290 on Nvidia. Nvidia can run, like it depends on the earning, but like if it has the catalyst, it can run. It's like comparable with Tesla. So this is a good name on watch. Baba, another name like Baba is like, I don't know what happened to this stock. Like a lot of stuff is happening in China, but this company was really good. Like fundamentally, it's a good company. So it is like this is a critical zone, this 120, 122 zone, and it kind of retested it and bounced back. So we'll see what will happen on Baba, but we have like I have Baba on watch below this zone of 95 and above this 122, depending on like 122, 125-ish zone, depending on the earning. We'll see what the earning is, and based on that, we can trade it to the downside or upside. Again, like I wouldn't suggest investing in Baba or like swinging it, because a lot of political stuff can affect this stock. Like it's a Chinese stock, so if you want to swing it, it could be dangerous. But if you want to day trade it, it could be a good opportunity, especially after the earnings. It has some great moves, like last earning. You see this was a great volatility. Like after the earnings, it has good moves, like usually, like here. So you should go back historically, analyze the stock, right? So here is another move after the earning, and like here it was a news, and then like when it has the catalyst, it can really have good moves. Alibaba. So this is another good name on watch. Walmart and Coin and Moderna. Walmart, I don't trade it a lot, but again, I wanted to talk about this one because it is kind of holding in a range that is looking kind of good. If you check out Walmart, it has been holding really good during all of these corrections, that like bear market. That this is a stock that kind of works well during bear markets and recessions, like and it is kind of holding very well. It is not in a really good zone unless if it kind of breaks this 154. It's very far from there, but like who knows what will happen after the earnings, right? So I have these levels on watch on oh sorry. So these levels on watch on Walmart, and I have below 138 as well on watch. And like if it gets below this zone, that's also a good that could be a good opportunity to trade it to the downside, short or puts. And like if it kind of break this 148, it still kind of has some opportunity to go higher, but because of these rejections here, these huge wicks, I'm not really interested in trading it in this zone. Like if you guys want, you can go and check those out. But because like we had this choppy price action here, like I don't like this zone. Like when it happens like a lot historically, I don't like this zone. Like I don't want to put my money in like at risk in these areas that historically was choppy. Why should I do that? I would wait for this 155 area, and then like here, if it breaks this zone, then the probability of going long and like having volume, a lot of people supporting the move would be higher. So yeah, Walmart looks good above these areas and below this 138 area. Coin. So Coinbase on like monthly chart, very bearish, rejected EMAs like clearly in a bearish territory, and like it's not really looking that good for going long. But again, it depends on what we'll see in the earning. If we break this 88 area, we have some good room all the way up till 116, and then maybe 135-ish. But if we break below this 54, 50, 55 zone, then we can go back down again. Like I will be like the next will be 45, and then we can hit 33 again. So the reason I'm not having tight level, like so I have these levels on like coin or on Walmart. I don't watch like a break of this level because the stock is like not really that doesn't have really that strong moves. Its ATR is like $6-7, and its option is not really that liquid. You can check out its volume and open interest. But what's happening is that like if it kind of breaks some critical areas that are kind of you can see like it will break this level that it tried a lot, like especially above this 116 area. So when that happens, a lot of people watch this name, and I want to be part of that move, right? But when it is in this range, like the volume is not really that good, so I don't want to waste my time on this, right? So so that's about coin. And I think Moderna. mRNA. Okay, so Moderna is also kind of in a range zone. I would watch it. Like what you can do is to just set alert, right? It's very easy, like set alert, done. And you don't need to think about it, like alert, done. Okay, so you don't need to like watch it every single second, every single day. Whenever the alert triggers, like you can go and check that out. But I want it above this this 217, 220 zone and below this 118 again because of the same reason. Moderna is kind of better than like coin or Walmart on the option side. So even if it gets below this 155-ish, then we can have some good moves all the way down till like this one 140 and then 118 and to the upside. But I want to wait for this 220 break. So that's for Nvidia. So that's for Moderna. The reason again I'm watching all of these is because of the earning, and during the earning anything can happen. So I want to see if it kind of gaps down, kind of hit 120, and then I want to really watch it because there is a possibility of it breaking this zone. If it breaks, the volume will be there, the trade would be possibly good, and this historically worked on Moderna as well. So some other names on watch, obviously one of them is Tesla. So this Tesla chart is not really looking that good because I want to go over my trade recaps, but Tesla is kind of trading in this range. So like the overall market, and it is rejecting this 215-16 zone, and it did it like three times during the last 2 weeks. So this is an important level. Like it is not as important as the red ones that they have, but it was something that is kind of held around this July 2020 and also 22 and also August 2021. So it is a level that it was kind of as a tiny resistance and then was acting as a support. and now it's kind of rejecting the areas. The whole zone from this 200 all the way up till 216, 17 is a resistance area for Tesla for now. And if it kind of breaks this zone, we can have some good move. The next level would be this 235-ish, 240. And then if that breaks, we can hit like this 250 and then 260, 65. So I always trade Tesla, as you guys know. And then if you check out 4-hour chart, it is kind of creating this triangle. I want to see how this works. If you kind of squeeze here, kind of hold here, and like if the market kind of has the strength, we have GDP, we have a lot of crazy economic events, FOMC minutes, but if those kind of go in favor of like the bulls, we hear some notes in FOMC minutes about the possibility of reducing the interest rate. I'm just giving an example, giving you guys an example. So if these kind of things happen and the market kind of starts kicking higher, we can see some good moves on Tesla, I think. What we'll see what will happen on monthly chart, Tesla is kind of pushing higher, but as you can see, the volume kind of is not that strong. When it was coming, like it was selling off, the volume was kind of supporting the move, but now it's not really that much. We'll see the next important level is this 235, 230-ish zone. If it kind of breaks, we can see some good possible moves to the upside on Tesla. Just have on mind this trend line here as well. So like we need to break all of these for a better confirmation for an upside move. We're far from there for now, I think. But for the short term, for the next week, we have Tesla around this zone. I'd like to see how it acts when it kind of breaks this 215, 16 area. If it kind of breaks this triangle to the downside, then I watch it below this 197-ish, 195-ish. Next level 188, and if that breaks, we have 180. If that breaks, we have room all the way down till this 165. To the upside, I said like 235, and then if that kind of goes, that breaks, we have 250, 255, 265, and then higher. So Tesla looks good. We'll see how the market next week. The overall market can affect all of these names heavily because of all the economic events that we have. So we can't judge the names like just based on their price action for now. Microsoft hitting 21 EMAs and hitting this last resistance here, which may act as a support now, but like it's not like that clean. This zone is not really that good. So what I see here is this zone, right? This is a zone that I don't like. There is no clean move. Like whenever it is in this zone, it kind of holds, and when it kind of gets broken, it pushes higher and then gets rejected back down. So this is a tough zone, and now it's kind of hitting that area. So it may kind of push back down and then go higher. So because of that, I'm not really watching, I'm not really predicting anything or like saying anything about Microsoft. This is the trend that we are seeing for now, right? And I want this trend to get broken. We'll see what happens. And if this kind of gets broken, next level we can see is 265, and then we can hit 275 again. But like it depends again on the market. If it push lower and hit below this 245 area, then we can possibly push back down lower, like 255, 252, sorry, 245, 242 zone. We can push back down lower. I don't like it, but it comes down. I want to see it below 230 for a clean bearish movement on Microsoft. Because of that, I'm not really fan of Microsoft for now. Like I will be fan of it if it gets above this 260, 264, 265 area. NVIDIA, we talked about it already. Meta. So Meta, is kind of struggling here. It gapped up after the earning, and now it's kind of filling the gap, but very slowly. The buyers are still there. It is holding EMAs on daily chart, even though it was like overextended, but it didn't kind of sell off. So this is my recap for the last week, I think. So it did the sell off. So sorry, it didn't the sell off. I mean, it's okay. So it's kind of going lower and lower, but it's holding. The buyers are still there. So we'll see what will happen on Meta. For now, it is holding this trend line. A break of this trend line can give us a confirmation to the upside. We'll see if that's going to happen or not. So the volume kind of died down and still going lower when the stock is going down. So I want to see a break of this area, break of this 175 to the upside. I would have this 170-ish zone on watch on Meta as well. We have still a gap all the way down to 150. Obviously, it's not really going, like, it's not, the sellers are not aggressive. Possibly if we have a catalyst, a negative catalyst for this week, Meta is a name that has a gap. So have that in mind for a downside move. Meta possibly could be a good play. Apple is kind of holding like the overall market. I don't like it at this zone. I don't like it at all at this zone. I want it above this 157-ish and below this area of 150. So if that happens, possibly we can have some good moves like below this 149. I want it to the downside. We have room down to 140. If it get above 157, we have room all the way down up to 164. Netflix, kind of the same thing. I don't like it. Like I talked about it last week as well. So for now, it's very choppy, like heavily choppy. Below this 338, I will remove all of these. Below this 337, 336 zone, and above this 380, 385-ish, kind of looks good. It is choppy all the way up to 400, 410. So again, like it needs to get above those areas. Amazon, the same scenario. I don't like it for now. I want it below this 90, 91-ish or above this 103. AMD is holding really well. AMD's chart is not as choppy as the other names, like what was it, like Meta, right? No, like Microsoft, sorry. So it's not like as choppy as Microsoft. It's way cleaner. You can see the clean holds on these areas, like here, right? It is respecting all of these areas very well, and it's for now holding 77 zone. And if you check out monthly chart, we have the same scenario. So we are not really that, we can't be really that bullish at this point. It doesn't make sense. Obviously rejected EMAs, kind of like the overall market. And but for now it's holding. So we'll see how that works. Below this 76, 75-ish looks good. If it kind of pushes back higher with the market, the break of this like this pattern kind of looks good as well. We'll see how that works. Bull flag, you want to call it, like short-term bull flag. But for now, it's holding the levels. And if it totally loses this area, get below this 75-ish, then we have room all the way down till 67, 65, and then down till 60. So yeah, these are all the names that I have on watch. So now let's go over some of the trades that I took last week. We want to go over those and recap those for you guys. So last week was February 13 till 17. I didn't trade on Monday. On Tuesday, I traded a NVIDIA call. So let's go over NVIDIA and let's see what happened on NVIDIA. So I traded NVIDIA on Tuesday, February 14th. On this day, so at this point, NVIDIA was looking like this. So it had a good move all the way up, broke this 205, 206 area. This was a huge support at this, like historically, you can see that. And it was an important resistance as well. And when that level got broken for the first day on Monday, it kind of held this area. And the next day, again, on Friday, it held this area. So it broke the resistance area. Resistance now acted as support. Now it's kind of holding higher, like it's holding above this zone. And because of that, it was a great setup for me. We talked about all the confirmations. This is like one of them. You guys know all of like those are 10, 20 confirmations that we covered in the mastermind, but this is one of them. So what happened here is that on February 14th, so on Monday, I saw that, okay, it was able to hold this 208 area. This was a resistance historically, and in January 27th as well. And when it held, it kind of pushed higher. This was another like red critical zone on NVIDIA. If you check these out, you can see this area was a historical resistance on NVIDIA, and it was holding as a level. Like when the price kind of pushed down till like this 230-ish zone, it was kind of holding, like you see here. It was acting as a resistance, and then here it was kind of acting as a resistance and then pushed back down. So this was an obvious important level. If you check out even weekly chart, it's even more clear. So this was an important resistance. This was another important resistance and support. Like these two levels was the most important levels I was watching, right? So, and it kind of rejected these areas as well. So it was clear, but then it kind of held this zone. So when it held, that was an interesting trade like setup for me. And when on hourly chart, you see this beautiful candle, this gives you another confirmation. So we have this trend line kind of happening as well, like it happened here, and it had a good setup on NVIDIA in February 7th. So I was watching it for a break of this level or above this 220-ish zone. So what happened in the morning was that, okay, it kind of pushed back down, but the price kind of went all the way higher, hit almost this 220-ish area, like broke this yesterday's high, but pre-market level was around 222. So when this level was kind of holding in between yesterday's high, you see here, in between yesterday's high and the level that I wanted it to get broke to break, that was the beautiful level that I was watching, right? So that was the beautiful level that I was watching. So it was holding exactly yesterday's high. So this was an amazing trade, like for me, like if I want to rate it. So I entered, like I didn't enter, I missed this move. I didn't enter here. So this was a good opportunity to enter. I was waiting. I had FOMO. I controlled it. I like had some techniques that we covered. I did those techniques to kind of remember that I need to focus on the setup. I did focus on the setup. Amazing entry, in my opinion. And reward to risk ratio, like look at it. Even if I was trading stocks, the reward to risk ratio was around $4. So this was crazy move. And if you check out again ATR on NVIDIA, so this is gold, guys, right? So ATR on NVIDIA was around $9. So it, like if it's like 10, it's showcasing like 9.8. I would count it at 9, like a little bit lower than that, because it doesn't always move according to the ATR, right? So what happened here, let me go over 1 minute chart so you guys can see it a little bit better. So the stock kind of went down till 215-ish, and then 215 plus 9 is 200, 23, 24-ish zone, right? So I was watching this 224 area, but it kind of it broke this level. But when I saw this candle, a rejection here, like this candle of with huge wick, I exited at this point. So my reward to risk ratio was really good. My entry was around 4 at this point. The contract that I bought was at 4. I bought 225 calls on NVIDIA, and I sold it at 2.5, 2.6 ish. So so this was an amazing trade, and I posted it in the trade recap, guys, as well. So this is what you want to look for, right? You may miss a part of the trade. The move was from 213 all the way up to 228, but I couldn't get in at 213.8 and get out at 228.23. It's impossible, right? I cut this move. This move was good. Reward to risk ratio was good. My risk was good. The return on investment was good. Everything was good. Like, but I had a reason for entry. I had a reason for exit. So what you need to do is to do like this. Like we talked about all of these. Like this is just one sample of what we covered, right? You know, we know that we if you don't remember, go back and rewatch the webinars, because there were a lot of strategies and a lot of techniques, and for you to really absorb all the information, you need to rewatch it. So go back and rewatch it if you want. So the next trade was on February 15th, which was on what day? Wednesday. So Wednesday I traded Tesla, and let's go over Tesla here. So I traded Tesla on Wednesday, February 15th, after this huge candle. I missed Tesla because on 14th, like I just did the recap. I was trading NVIDIA. So one time I didn't focus on Tesla, I missed this move. But it's okay. Like even when I trade Tesla every single day. One day I didn't focus on Tesla. I traded NVIDIA and then I missed Tesla. But I can't punish myself for not focusing on Tesla on that day. It happens. My focus was on NVIDIA on that day, and I accepted. Right? You can't catch all the moves. And on this day, Tesla went like crazy. I had huge FOMO. But I did all the techniques that we covered in the last mastermind session and the last webinar to kind of get rid of that, to kind of remember that I don't need to trade on like all the stuff that we talked about. So I didn't trade anything. But on February 15th, I was watching Tesla because of this good candle, this good volume. I was watching it for a possible break of this 214.15 zone. And what happened on Tesla was that it kind of rejected that zone. So Tesla rejected this zone of 214. Like this is the historical resistance area that I have. But on that day I had this one as well. So if you see that, let me bring it back up. Okay, so if you see that, you can see, okay, Tesla kind of rejected this zone, the exact zone, which is pre-market high, which it rejected 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and it rejected it again. And the volume is kind of going crazy when it is pushing back down. So when it retested this low of pre-market, so I kind of entered here, my stop loss, like I entered here, like right at really good area around 211. My stop loss was a little bit higher, and so my reward to risk ratio, I wanted to catch it till here, and my reward to risk ratio would be around what, 2.6. But I because it went really crazy at this point, I exited at this point. Like it went down, and I was watching it for it to bounce back at this candle 954. Yeah, my exit was at 9, right at the open of 955, my last one. So I exited here. My entry was good. My reward to risk ratio, if I was trading shares, was 3.5. For options was obviously higher. My entry was around what? My entry was around 3.2, yeah, and my exit was around 4-ish, right? So so yeah, so this was another good trade on Tesla, and I traded Tesla 205 puts. So I was willing it to get to add the money, but it didn't happen. It's held this area, and again, this area, if you see that, this area is kind of this 207 is a level that it kind of held, it kind of was, it traded exactly, it hit the high of this February 9th and hit the low of the low of February 9th is 204. That's why I was watching it for 204, 205, but like it kind of rejected on the pre-market level of this day. So because of that, I got out at this point. And like I didn't get out just because like it was kind of a level, but because I saw huge demand zone at this point, and like I saw a big fake out, like a bounce here at this area, and a huge number of buyers at bid at this 206, 207, I think it was. So because of that, I was like, okay, I had good reward to risk ratio. At this point, my stop loss is very far. I don't want to stay at this trade anymore, and that I got out. So so this was another good trade, I think. And this is like good. These good trades are happening because I'm like trying to get very selective. Like being selective kind of helped me to kind of focus on all of these very good setups. So another trade was on February 17th, which was on Friday, like this last Friday. And so Tesla was back at this 9 EMA on daily chart. And as you can see, like from January 20th, it is still holding 9 EMA. Like it doesn't let it go. Like it, like every time it kind of hit 9 EMA on daily chart, it bounced back. Hit 9 EMA, bounce back. Hit 9 EMA, bounce back. Like it here, it didn't even hit it. So it is holding this level obviously very well. So that's one thing. And it is it was a resistance at like from February 2 till February 8, and it finally broke it. So it was an important level, and like even when it kind of rejected it, then it couldn't break it easily in February 13. So this was an important level. After this, the next level was around this 189, 190 zone. So I was watching this level for possible bounce. So so what happened at the right at the open? Oh my God, I moved it. But what happened here at the open is that my entry was here. Okay, so I saw, okay, the pre-market level. Let me make it like this. The pre-market level was around this 197. Hit almost the level that like I was watching, 197, 198. And if it was kind of breaking that level, like February 13th, we could break, push back, push lower, and we could trade puts. But what happened here is that, like I saw, okay, it is kind of breaking pre-market level. It hits like 202-ish area and pushed back down. And I saw, okay, bid is kind of holding, and it is holding EMA's VWAP, and the bid was really strong at this point. And I entered calls here. My stop loss below these levels, these like all the EMAs and VWAP levels. And the next level for me was this level, this 204, because again, if you check out 5-minute chart, it's very clear. So you need to we talked about multiple time frame analysis. You can go and check that out to kind of remember like and kind of repeat all of these sessions for yourself. But this is a clear level. Like it's very obvious. On 5-minute chart on February 14th, it was obviously a huge resistance. It was another important resistance back in February 10. So this was my first level. The next level was here, obviously 207-ish, because it was a support here and it was a resistance at this point. And like you see, this kind of level kind of almost held here as well. 207 was an important level, but like at the end of the day on Friday. But this was my first level. So what happened was that I was trading 0 DT at this point, and the price went in my favor very fast. So my entry here is at this 932. I entered at 1.9. My contract went all the way up to 2.7, 2.6, 2.75. The other one 2.6. So crazy return on investment. Reward to risk ratio kind of made sense for me, and it hit the first resistance level as well. I had this 207. I wanted to, if it was not Friday, I wanted to wait to see if it kind of can push here, hit here, and then bounce and push higher. But because I was trading 0DT, I just sold everything. I didn't want to like wait, because if I was waiting, the price, like if the price was hitting here, like that could be even red because of 0DT, right? So that was my trade. Like obviously the market was very choppy for almost the whole day. It started moving at 230, which I was not really looking at the charts at the moment. But like we had some good moves during the week. I missed the main move on Tesla, which was crazy. This move was insane. Like it went from 190 all the way up to 205, like $15 move. Like I can't believe I missed this move, but I missed it, right? But I caught like small moves, and that's good. Like this day was very choppy, and I'm really glad. So on this trade, I made like around $33,000, $3,100. On this trade on February 14th, I made around like $2,500 around. And on the NVIDIA trade here was the trade that I took on Tuesday. I made around $3,400. So this was like I was not able to catch all the moves. It's okay. I was able to catch some moves. That's also okay. And I was just focusing on the levels that I had and the trades that makes sense for me, for my trading style, for my strategy. We talked about your trading style, guys. Go back and check those out, please. I'm repeating all of these things, but I don't go in detail because I want you guys to go and rewatch those sessions. It was like the strategy session and the trading psychology session, trading customization session was more than 2.5 hours, I think. And like the strategy was like around 2 hours. So it's like around 6 hours of heavy education. So go back and check those out. And again, I want to show you here as well. So in the incubator session, in the incubator home, I posted all of these recordings. So go and check those out. And like it's all clear for you guys. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please ask if you want. One more thing is that we have some questions here. Like Pop asked about how to analyze reward to risk ratio on option chart and how to use that for option trading. So I will talk about that in the trading technical webinar, technical Q&A webinar on a Tuesday. So we will go over option chain again, and we talk about that for you guys. And if you guys have any other questions, please ask them in the trading struggle and trading psychology channels. We'll go over them. The reason I explained that because I just showed you that and I talked to Pop, but I wanted to talk about that in its own webinar. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this webinar. If you guys want to kind of learn more about the whole structure of Meta Trading Club, you can check out the website as well, again, if you want. And yeah, that's, I think, it. Have a great week. Hope you kill it next week. As always, in the pre-market, we'll talk about the stocks, the names on watch, the game plan, the trades that we want to take. So check out all the channels and see you in the next week. Tomorrow, I mean. Take care, guys.